All right, students, today we're going to study 5-5, understand rates and unit rates. Okay, let's first break this off into sections. I'm going to draw a circle right here in the middle and write the word rate in it. Okay, and then we're going to divide this into 4 parts. Just like that. Now, let's begin by a definition. So the definition is a ratio of 2 measurements having different units. Okay, now the characteristics will go right here. And that includes ratios, and that includes units are different. Now over here on the left side, let's write an example to understand what this means. And that would be, for instance, something you're familiar with, like miles per hour. Miles. See, this fraction bar also means the word per hour. And then this one could also be like dollars per, look at that, per, the fraction bar, pounds. So that's kind of saying like cost per pound, technically. All right, let's look at a non-example. Non-example. So that's something that would not be relevant to it, okay? So boys to girls, you can't have a unit rate out of that. Boys to girls cannot be said boys per girls. It works differently. Another one would be black cars to red cars. Black cars. So they're still ratios, but it's not a rate. Okay? Now let's just draw a little line under this so we can separate our next piece of information. And I'm going to do another circle right here. Okay? And split this into 4 parts. And we'll begin by calling this unit rate. Unit rate. Okay? And start with the definition. The definition of a unit rate is a rate with the bottom number equal to 1. It's a rate, but it's a specific rate. It's basically a simplified rate to the point where 1 is on the bottom of your fraction. So a rate with the bottom number equal to 1. And that would be like, let's see here, characteristics would include it's a rate, and then 1 is the denominator, one could also be considered, if you're not writing it as a fraction, one could be second number. I'll just do a hashtag symbol for second. So 1 is the second number. All right, let's look at the next part, which is an example. So this example could include Like if you had 325 miles that you traveled in 5 hours, what you want to find is the rate of miles per hour. So miles per hour simplified. So we start with 325 over 5, and then we simplify it, and that equals 65 over 1, or 65, we can even call it miles per hour. Let's continue on and discuss a non-example. I'll put a non-example right here. Okay? Non-example could be like going back without simplifying it and just saying 325 miles per 5 hours. Until you simplify it to 1 on the bottom, it is not a unit rate. Okay? Alright, let's separate this into a new section. I'm going to slide right here and do a little divider again. And we'll start with examples. Let's start with example A and write this out. Let's say you have 120 eggs from 20 chickens. Alright? How many eggs per chicken? How many eggs per chicken? Remember that per can be the fraction bar. So we will start by writing 120 over 20, because that is going to be eggs to chickens. Alright? Eggs to chickens is equal to 120 over 20. And if we simplify that, that simplifies to 120 divide 20, which is 6 eggs to 1 chicken. Or we could say 6 eggs per chicken. I'll take the S off there. Okay, let's try an example B. Slide this up. Last example. So if we have B right here, and we do how many eggs from 8 chickens? How many eggs from 8 chickens? Okay, well, we can go to make a proportion here, just that cross that I've been teaching you guys right here. We can go 120 to 20, right? And we can say for 8 chickens, I'll put an 8 right here. So you multiply 120 times 8, because you're multiplying your diagonals, and divide your other number. And let's put that under here, right, so you can look at it. Okay? So it goes on 120 times 8. Divide 20 equals 48. So that means 48 eggs per 8 chickens. So that means 48 eggs per 8 chickens. There you go. I didn't put a question mark up there, did I?